Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for this long debate. I'd like to make two remarks. I think the central point that we got entangled with, and Pascal explained it very well with the different modalities of vote of the general plenary and the standing committee, is that when we were in Birmingham, we were convinced that the way to send a strong, clear message to what the Russian Federation is doing was to introduce a mechanism of suspension. What we failed to do at that moment is that it would pass in the General Assembly, but we should have known that when it comes to this body, any change of rules requests a consensus -1, and so it would be no way out, regardless of how we amend these amendments, regardless of whether we say retroactively, not retroactively. Any change of rules requires that all the delegations agree or only one disagrees. If two disagree, no change of rules would have changed. So, unfortunately, we have kind of been trapping ourselves into this. Now, I'm sure all of you agree, should there be a mechanism to sanction a member who is violating the rules of the game? There should be a mechanism. That's something that everybody agrees, everybody should agree on the rules of the game, and there should be a mechanism. And I think even those we have disagreements with, they should agree that there should be a mechanism to. So, this is where we are at. We've heard a debate, of course, everybody has expressed full support for the Ukrainian delegation. We spoke to Mikita when we went out, we had a long discussion with them. Of course, they were a little bit disappointed by hearing that these were not so only procedural agreement, but there were also some comments about the fact that we should keep on having a dialogue with those who, of course, they have big issues with. So, of course, for them it was very emotional to stay in the room and still hear this. And I would say understandably so, but there's been no threat of anything. I mean, they will consider their future steps in the moment. There is no dramatic decision that they've made. Our concern during these days, and you've seen, Madam President, you've had a great leadership role here in meeting those we knew more or less would be having perplexities with this amendment. Then you met with those who were strong supporters of this amendment. You tried to prepare a little bit this meeting so that we would not come here and try to divide ourselves. And this was a great work that you did, Madam President, because you kind of allowed everybody then to speak. We spoke for 4 hours. And we knew what was going to happen. The biggest concern we had is that can we have a debate on this, on those who, of course, saying we support Ukraine, but we cannot agree on this for other reasons, and of course, somebody else might exploit this, says, oh, there are the friends of Ukraine, the friends of Russia. So could we leave it at that, and then it's over, and then we either move on to the next agenda item, or as we probably are going to do now, we close the session here. And the President thought that maybe it would be good if this assembly, who has met here after 3 days of meetings, and tomorrow, by the way, we will have a bureau meeting, which will discuss exactly how to change our rules. And that's, tomorrow we try to fix the problems that we have here, or at least start fixing the problems that we've had here. But the idea would be that we come out of these 3 days in the Senate, or in the Sejm of Poland, of all places, not as divided on an issue where we are not divided, as I said today. We are all united in supporting Ukraine and all united in condemning Russia crimes. So I think it would be useful if, I don't know if you've seen this paper, if there are no objections to this paper, that we could use in our language, in our media, that this body unanimously supported this. I don't know, if, unless there are objections, then we don't even do it. But I mean, but if we could have, I don't know, either a photo op with all the hands up, on this document or something. I'm just wondering, Madam President, if we could have something that gives you the full backing of this assembly, that say this assembly on these issues that are here is fully united. I don't know if there are disagreements on this, then let's not even try that. If I get any signals, but if there are signals of disagreements, then let's not do it.